What's up everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to check out 5 kilatones with the Ceriatone Molecular. For all of these clips, I'm going to be plugging straight into the Molecular. That is going to be going into my Fractal X-Load reactive load, and I'm going to be loading up different cabinet impulse responses so that I can showcase this head with a variety of different cab and mic combinations. I know a lot of you would prefer to hear this with a cabinet, but part of the magic of an amplifier head is that you can pair it with different cabinets, or in this case, different cabinet impulse responses to get different tones. So I figured I would do that to showcase a little bit more of the variety. I want to start with something really bluesy. I'm going to be using a backing track by Quist, or Kist, however you say it. The track will be linked in the video description. I'm using a YJM Strat, plugging into the low input of the Molecular, and I have got all the switches on the Molecular in the center, so no clipping diodes, no bright switch, and the character switch is in the middle. Essentially, this is like plugging into the low input of a JCM 800, and I'm going to play around with my guitar's volume control a little bit, basically to change the gain structure. The IR that I'm using here is a 1x12 Fender IR by York Audio, and it sounds like this. Okay, we'll do a similar thing, but I'm going to plug into the high input. I'm going to flick the bright switch to the left, and then I am going to turn the gain up just a little bit, and we're going to throw this into a sort of Deep Purple style backing track by my good friend Trond. Again, his details will be linked in the video description. I'm also using an impulse response that I made of my Marshall TV cab with 25 watt greenbacks. Sounds like this. Let's take that idea but get the Eros switch involved. I'm putting it to the left, so this is going to engage some clipping diodes, and I'm playing a Les Paul with some Martin A. Smith pickups. Don't flame me too hard for choosing this song, but you know, everybody wants to hear a brown sound out of a modded style Marshall amp. I didn't get anywhere close to Eddie's tone on this one. You know, I didn't have a phaser, and I just kind of mucked around with a little bit of reverb and delay in post. That is part of the magic, is the whole signal chain, and obviously his hands and his guitar. But again, with the 25 watt greenback impulse, this is what it sounds like on its own, and then in the context of a quick little mix. For the last two tones, I want to chuck this into the context of a ragdoll track. We're going to hear the breakdown, the bridge, and the solo for the track Rust. For the rhythm guitars, I have the Eros switch and the bright switch to the right with the girth control all the way up on this amp, and I've pulled a little bit of mid-range out. I'm also using an impulse response of my Marshall cab with vintage 30s. From memory, the mics we used were an SM57, a 421, and a 121, a 3-mic blend, which is what I normally record with. Sounds great to my ears. And then for the solo, same thing, but I have just used the Eros switch to the left instead, and I've turned the gain way up. So it sounds like this in the context of the track Rust. So as you can hear, there are a breadth of tones available with this, especially if you play around with different cabinets or different virtual cabinets, as I did in this context. And it really just sits in a mix really easily. I didn't do any post-processing on any of those guitars, aside from add a little bit of reverb or delay in a couple of instances. It's guitar, amp, load box, and IR. That is all you are hearing there. It's got such a great character and such a great feel. Furthermore, you can use it like a couple of different amps in one because of all the different switching options, the diode clipping options, and the high and the low input. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to check out more about the Molecular, I have a few other videos up on my channel, and I will put a link to the website if you want to check that out. Thanks for watching as always. I will see you guys next time.